What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90, and it is finally time for the Champions League quarter-final second leg. Now, this video is going up a day late because I've just got back from Morocco, so the first fixtures kick off in just 2 hours after uploading this video, and then the I would say better fixtures kicking off tomorrow on Wednesday the 17th of April. Last episode, as you can see by the winning accumulators document on your screen here, we predicted in the Champions League video for all of you for free even the Champions League Mega Fourfold, which was basically every single team in the quarterfinal to score a goal, and we had it all there, as you can see the scores, and we correctly predicted that Atletico Madrid would beat Borussia Dortmund 2-1, but as you can see there were tons of goals, which I'm really excited to hopefully see tons more goals. And spoiler alert, I've actually got every single team scoring again. I had a comment a couple of weeks ago saying, why does this guy always predict both teams to score? The reason being, this is the most goals we've seen in pretty much all competitions basically ever. Like, there's been so many goals, and that is why I predicted it, and the odds were 8-1, as you can see. We had the La Liga high odd winners treble the other day, the Bundesliga winners treble. Congratulations, of course, to Bayer Leverkusen for winning their first ever Bundesliga title, and currently, at the time of recording, equaling Juventus's unbeaten streak of 43 games, and if they avoid defeat to West Ham in the Europa League on Thursday, which seems likely that they will do, although they do have a 2-goal lead, so they could lose and still go through, but it's likely that they'll do that, they will break that record as well, so congratulations to Bayer Leverkusen. Another thing, if you look at the fixtures that they've drawn, the 5 that they've drawn, they've all been good teams. I think of the 5, they've drawn against Stuttgart, who've been one of the outstanding teams in the Bundesliga. They've drawn to Bayern Munich, who we know about them, Borussia Dortmund as well. So they've just been absolutely flawless. So congratulations to Bayer Leverkusen. Here are the picks, as you can see from the last couple of days. I managed to get some tips out over on the Patreon whilst I was out in Morocco, because I can access that through my phone. So if you want to get a shout out like all of the people on the screen flashing up now in every single video, and you want to get access to exclusive members tips and accumulators, then you can check out the link in the description at the top, patreon.com/thefull90. For just $8.99 a month, you can get all the intel. We've covered over 20 different leagues this season, and obviously on the channel we've only covered, or so far only been able to cover, the Premier League and the Champions League, so there's a lot more value to be had over there if you have that spare and want to support the channel. But now let's delay no further. The first game we have kicking off in a couple of hours is Barcelona up against PSG, and I'm very excited for this one. I will probably tune in to watch it because why not? I'm more excited for tomorrow's fixtures, it does have to be said, but Barcelona head into this fixture with a goal lead, beating PSG 3-2 last time out, and I do think Barcelona are going to get the job done here. I said in the first video that Barcelona are one of my favourites to win the Champions League, partly because of their side of the draw. If they get past PSG, they need to get past Dortmund or Atletico Madrid, which I think they're capable of doing, and then it's just a one-off game in the final. And I think Barcelona are just about going to have enough against PSG here. I'm going to go for Barcelona 2, PSG 2. I think it lends itself to goals. PSG, they can't not score. They're a goal behind, and that will also allow Barcelona to have more chances. I think it'll be very similar to the first game. 2-2. The tip is going to be both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.61, and that is the same odds as it was for just both teams to score in the first leg. So obviously the odds of them being more goals is higher now because there is a slight deficit, meaning one team has to push and it allows another team to come in, and basically more chances should be created. There should be more goals. You wouldn't want to see this just be a 1-0 and PSG go out with a whimper, unless of course it's 1-0 to PSG, but I don't think Barcelona at home will allow that. So 2-2, Barcelona through to the semi-final. More heartbreak in the Champions League for Paris Saint-Germain, I'm afraid. Moving on, we have Borussia Dortmund up against Atletico Madrid. Now, Atletico Madrid, they have a lead, but they are going away to one of the toughest away fixtures in Europe. The Borussia Dortmund Ultras are not going to make Ultras. They're not going to make this easy for Atletico Madrid, but Madrid have this particular way of playing football that makes it very difficult to come back from a deficit. They'll probably be time wasting from minute 1. They'll be diving, they'll be playing rough, they'll be doing all things that make it very frustrating to get any sort of coherence in terms of football from Borussia Dortmund. They won't be able to string plays together. I can't imagine they'll have long long periods of possession. I think this could be a very 50-50 possession game where Dortmund with their 50% are pushing and trying to do all they can, and Atletico Madrid are being pragmatic, passing around the back, just being a real pain in the ass basically. And I think they're just about going to have enough to get through, and why wouldn't they? They've got Diego Simeone, the highest paid manager in football, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to go for Borussia Dortmund 1, Atletico Madrid 1. I'd love to see Dortmund qualify. I think they're way more entertaining than Atletico Madrid. Madrid are frustrating for all the reasons I've just described. It's not the kind of football I personally enjoy. I think if you're a football purist, you might be able to appreciate the approach, especially if it works. But it frustrates me to watch as a neutral. So I want Dortmund to go through. But I'm going to say that Atletico Madrid go through. It's going to be 1-1. The tip will be both teams to score at 1.57 because Dortmund, they're behind, they're at home. I can back them to score 1, but that means Atletico Madrid need to score 1 if they don't want to take it to extra time penalties, which even with the negative style of football they might adopt in this fixture, they will not want to do. So I'm going to go 1-1, both teams to score at 1.57, which is odds of way lower than in the first leg when the odds of both teams to score were 1.9. when we predicted that they would beat Dortmund 2-1. Now, after this, it's Bayern Munich up against Arsenal, Bukayo Saka. It's the final 10 seconds of the game. He chops the ball past Neuer, and instead, now granted, if he cut back normally and did a normal bodily movement and Neuer's leg was there and tripped him up, I'd be like, yes, penalty. But why exactly he's gone lunging in with his right leg into Manuel Neuer, simulating contact that otherwise wouldn't have happened when he could have just gone round him and scored an open goal in the last 10 seconds of the game, is beyond me. Very, very frustrating. And I think that's going to cost Arsenal. I really do, because this is the best Arsenal we've seen in years, and arguably, not because of Harry Kane, but it's just funny that way, arguably the weakest Bayern Munich side we've seen in years, and we still didn't beat them. It was 2-2. Don't get me wrong, it's better than an aggregate of 10-2 like last time, but we still couldn't. And now we're going away. It's going to be difficult. Can Arsenal get through? Yes. Would it have to be on penalties? Probably yes. I think Bayern Munich are going to win this game. So I'm going to go Bayern Munich 2, Arsenal 1. I'll be watching this. I just, off the back of losing to Aston Villa 2-0, it's just classic Arsenal. I've been an Arsenal fan for 20 years, and it's very typical, right? I don't see us essentially bottling the Premier League after Liverpool dropped points against Palace and then going to Bayern Munich and getting a positive result. It doesn't make sense in my head. But you never know. You never know. So I'm going to go Bayern Munich 2, Arsenal 1, and the tip is going to be Bayern Munich to win at 2.37. I thought about Bayern and both teams to score, but you don't even need to do that. 2.37 odds are good enough, and I'd be happy to be wrong if it means Arsenal can go through. So I'm going to go Bayern Munich to win at 2.37. The final fixture, Manchester City up against Real Madrid, and we correctly predicted a score draw between the two teams, and I said that Man City would be happy with that. Man City had a great weekend. We correctly predicted, this is the first time in the channel's history, mostly because I don't think I've ever predicted this scoreline before, but the first time I've ever correctly predicted a 5-1 win. We said in the Premier League predictions video that Man City would beat Luton 5-1, which is an outrageous prediction. I think Man City are going to win this one at the Etihad. I think Real Madrid will score, but City, they're too good. City probably going to win the treble again. Outrageous. Just outrageous. And also, obviously, Cole Palmer's now equaled Erling Haaland's 20 goals this season so far. I was saying to my dad watching the Chelsea game, that just makes Man City better, because it means Haaland is going to start trying. So I'm going to go Man City 3, Real Madrid 1, which is quite conclusive, but Man City to win at 1.65 is the tip. And that sees a semi-final of Barcelona against Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich against Man City, which will be great. But Man City will be licking their lips. I do genuinely think if there's any team that can give Man City a game, it is Arsenal this season in the Champions League, because Arsenal, they've taken 4 points against Man City this season out of 6, haven't conceded a goal against Man City this season, and there will be that thought in the back of City's mind playing Arsenal in the Champions League. I hope Arsenal can play City in the semis. I wouldn't mind seeing Arsenal play Real Madrid, but I think I'd rather see Arsenal play Man City, to be honest. But that is going to be my semi-final. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Bayern, and Man City. I hope I'm wrong. You know what? I hope it's PSG, just for fun. I hope it's PSG, Dortmund, Arsenal, and Man City. So I hope I'm wrong, but those are my predictions. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future ones. Obviously, once the season ends with the Champions League and Premier League, we're straight back in with European football for the Euros this season, which is super exciting, so you don't want to miss it. And I will see you in the next video very soon.